Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another day of learning. Your teachers today are Sylvia and Elisa. Get ready for another fun episode full of learning.
Hello, boys and girls. We are so excited to see you again today. Remember, my name is Sylvia.
And my name is Elisa. We have our special friend Rattenborough with us again today.
Hi, friends. I can't wait to tell you more about parts of speech today.
Today, we will be talking about parts of speech, and we will be focusing on nouns, adjectives, and verbs.
Oh, I've heard of those before. I love finding nouns, verbs, and adjectives in sentences. Adjectives are my favorite because you can be creative in your writing and add details using adjectives.
Rattenborough, I love writing. Knowing the parts of speech can be very helpful when you are writing.
Rattenborough, can you help us share about parts of speech with the boys and girls watching? Sure, let's go.
We can use our anchor chart to review nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Let's start with nouns.
A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. That's right, Rattenborough. A noun can tell us who or what the sentence is about.
Rattenborough, in our last lesson, we classified animals based on their characteristics. Did you know when we classify, we can sort parts of speech as nouns as either common or proper?
That's really cool. So, what are common nouns and proper nouns? Great question. Boys and girls, do you know what a common noun or a proper noun is? Share your thoughts with someone watching with you.
Let's look at our anchor chart to help us. A common noun can be any person, place, or thing, animal, or idea. They are not referring to a specific person, place, or thing. They aren't names, so they don't have a capital letter unless they are the first word in a sentence. A common noun would be like the word girl or rat.
Oh, I get it now. But what is a proper noun? Let's look back at our anchor chart to help us. Proper nouns are the names of specific people, places, animals, or things. They begin with a capital letter.
Rattenborough, we said that a common noun would be like the word rat. Can you give an example of a proper noun? What about you, boys and girls? Think of a proper noun that relates to the common noun rat.
I've got one. The word rat is a common noun because it doesn't refer to a specific rat. But the word Rattenborough is a proper noun because it refers to a specific animal, me. That's exactly right, Rattenborough. Now that you've got the hang of common and proper nouns, let's practice by doing a sorting activity. Okay, I bet I can sort all of the nouns correctly. Let's use this T-chart to help us. One side is for common nouns and the other side is for proper nouns. Let's look at our first word, lion. Would lion be a common or proper noun? The word lion would be a common noun because it can refer to any lion.
That's correct. Great job, Rattenborough. Now, let's look at our next word, Simba. Would the word Simba be a common or a proper noun?
What do you think, boys and girls? I agree, boys and girls. Simba would be a proper noun because it is referring to a specific lion.
Great job, Rattenborough. What about the word movie? Where would we place the word movie on our T-chart?
Movie is a common noun because it can refer to any movie. That's right, Rattenborough. Great job. What about the word Africa? Would Africa be a common or proper noun? What do you think, boys and girls?
Great. Africa would be a proper noun because it is referring to a specific place.
Hey, I've got a great sentence using all three of those words. Do you want to hear it? Yes, of course, Rattenborough. What's your sentence? All right, here it is. Simba is the name of a lion that lives in Africa.
Great job, Rattenborough.
Thanks, Elisa. The Lion King is one of my favorite movies.
Mine too.
Rattenborough, you're really doing a great job with sorting these. Let's look at our last two words. Westbrook Elementary School and park. Where would we place these on our chart? Let me think. Boys and girls, what do you think? Share your answers with someone watching with you.
Come on, Rattenborough, you've got this.
The word park is a common noun because it can be any park. However, the words Westbrook Elementary School is a proper noun because it's referring to a specific school. Awesome job, Rattenborough.
Now that we've discussed nouns, let's look at our anchor chart to learn about adjectives.
An adjective tells us about nouns. They describe the nouns in a sentence. Adjectives can tell us what size, what color, the shape, the smell, even the sound, or how something feels.
For example, if I said blue car, then blue would be the adjective because it is telling me what kind of car. Car is the noun and blue is the adjective. To help us find the adjectives in a sentence, we can ask the questions, what kind, which one, and how many.
Oh, I like adjectives. Yes, me too. Using adjectives is a great way to add detail to our speaking and our writing. Let's try another example. Rattenborough, if I had the words delicious pizza, what is the noun in the sentence? The noun is pizza because it's a thing. That's correct. Now that you have identified the noun, can you give me the adjective used? The adjective is delicious because it describes the pizza. Boy, I sure wish I had a slice of delicious pizza right now.
That would be delicious. Pizza is my favorite. Great job identifying the adjectives. Now, let's look at our anchor chart to learn about verbs. Verbs are action words. They are things you can do, such as jump, eat, laugh, walk, or sing.
Boys and girls, can you think of a word that would be a verb? Tell it to someone who is watching with you.
What about you, Rattenborough? Can you think of a word that is a verb?
Dance! Great job. That's right. The word dance is an action word and shows something we can do. So dance is a verb.
Now that we have learned about nouns, adjectives, and verbs, let's practice finding them in sentences.
Great idea, Elisa. Rattenborough, can you help us? Sure, let's go.
We have 3 sentences on our chart. Let's read each sentence and circle the nouns, draw a box around the adjectives, and draw a wavy line under the verbs. Let's look at the first sentence on our chart. Rattenborough, can you read the sentence for us?
The noisy birds sat in the small trees. Let's find the nouns first. Remember, a noun can be a person, place, thing, animal, or idea. I see 2 nouns in this sentence, birds and trees.
Great job. Let's draw a circle around those nouns. Now, let's see if we have any adjectives. Remember, an adjective describes a noun.
I see 2 adjectives also. Noisy is an adjective because it describes the birds. Small is an adjective because it describes the trees. Great job, that's correct. Let's draw a box around our adjectives.
Noisy, small.
Now, let's see if we can find the verb or the word that shows action. Sat is the verb because it tells what the birds did. That's correct. Let's draw a wavy line under the word sat to show that it's the verb.
Sat. Let's read the next sentence. The large, powerful gorilla ate 5 yellow bananas. Boys and girls, can you find the nouns? Tell someone watching with you what the nouns are in this sentence.
The nouns would be gorilla and bananas because they are animals and things. Let's draw a circle around those words to show that they are nouns.
Gorilla, bananas.
Now, let's find the adjectives. Remember, an adjective describes a noun. I see 3 adjectives. Large, powerful, 5, and yellow. Oh, that's 4 adjectives.
That's correct. I'll draw a box around those adjectives. Large and powerful describe the gorilla. Five and yellow describe the bananas. Rattenborough, can you tell me what the verb is in this sentence?
Ate is the verb because it tells what the gorillas did. What do you think, boys and girls? Give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think Rattenborough is correct or not. You are correct, Rattenborough. The word ate is the verb. Let's draw a wavy line beneath it to show it's the verb.
Ate. We are down to our last sentence. The big green frogs jumped onto the large lily pad.
All right, boys and girls, let's see if you can find the nouns, verbs, and adjectives in this sentence. Take a moment and discuss your answer with someone near you. Elisa and Sylvia, can I help you with this sentence too?
Of course you can.
All right. The nouns are frogs and lily pads. That's correct. Let's circle those words.
Frogs. Lily pad.
The adjectives are big, green, and large. Those are describing the nouns. That's correct. Great job. Let's draw boxes around those words. Can you tell us the verb? Let me think. I've got it. The verb is jumped because it tells what the noun did. Yes, 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 you've got it, Rattenborough. What about you, boys and girls? Were you able to find the nouns, adjectives, and verbs? I bet you did an awesome job too.
Wow, we've learned a lot today. Let's review what we've learned. We first discussed that a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Then we discussed common and proper nouns.
Common nouns can be any person, place, animal, or thing. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter because it refers to a specific person, place, or thing. That's right, Rattenborough. We also talked about adjectives. Adjectives describe the noun and help us add details to our writing and speaking.
We also learned that a verb shows action. It tells us what the noun did. We call these parts of speech. Knowing about the different parts of speech can help us with our speaking and writing. I love writing. I'm ready to write a funny story using nouns, adjectives, and verbs. I'm going to use lots of adjectives because they add details and make stories more interesting.
Hey, Elisa, I just wrote a funny story last week. Do you want to read it with me?
That sounds like fun. We can even check to see if you included nouns, verbs, and adjectives into your writing.
That sounds exciting. Boys and girls, are you ready to hear Rattenborough's story? Me too. Let's get started. I have always loved cheese. I love spicy cheese and mild cheese. I love sharp cheese and cheddar cheese. I've never found a cheese that I didn't like until recently. It all started last week when I was digging through the garbage dumpster outside of my favorite Italian restaurant. I came across a large package of blue cheese. I was so excited to rip open the package and sink my teeth into a block of delicious cheese. As soon as I opened the package, the strong, stinky odor made me gag. It had such a foul smell that I couldn't bring myself to even take a bite. If you are ever out shopping for cheese, stay away from blue cheese. It's the stinkiest cheese in the world.
Rattenborough, what a great story you wrote. I noticed that you used several nouns in your story. Let's take a look at the nouns you used. I have highlighted the nouns in your story. You did a great job using nouns in your writing.
Now let's look at the adjectives. I have highlighted those in purple. You did an excellent job of using different types of adjectives, such as blue, stinky, and Italian to add detail to your writing.
Lastly, let's look at the verbs. I have highlighted those in green. Remember, a verb shows action. You used many different verbs, such as digging, loved, and opened. Great job, Rattenborough! Using nouns, adjectives, and verbs really made your story colorful.
Thank you, Elisa. I love writing. I've had so much fun learning all about nouns, adjectives, and verbs. And I especially loved hearing Rattenborough's story, A Tale of Stinky Cheese. Thank you for joining us today, boys and girls. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Thank you, Sylvia and Elisa. All rights and credits for today's lesson belong to the Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these valuable resources. The views and opinions expressed in this lesson are those of the Core Knowledge authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Mississippi Department of Education. Thank you for joining us today, boys and girls. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.